Hi Shannon, this is Kata and this is your breaststroke video. I'm going to let it run from the top, perspective, and then I'll let you know what I think on the second time through. Okay. So the first thing I'm noticing is that your head is a little bit high, and I think that's dropping your hips a little bit in the water. So you can see right from the start, your gaze for the majority of the time is out towards the other side of the pool. So you can see right here you're looking towards the blocks. And then you tuck your head in just a little bit as you're entering the water. You really want to have your head in a neutral position, looking down at about a 45-degree angle the whole time. That's going to also mean that there's a straight line from your back to your head. Okay, so if I just show you right here, you can see that because your head is high, that your back kind of curves into your head rather than it being a straight line. So if you just tuck your head in just a little bit, that's going to help, and it's going to keep your hips up as well. The other thing that I'm seeing is that you're not quite taking advantage of your glide as much as possible. So here you are finishing your recovery out in front of you, okay? I think that you could tuck your head in again a little bit more to get you into a better streamline. And what you'll see is that you haven't yet finished your kick, and that you're going to begin to pull out in front before you kick. So I think the timing is just a little off because you're not holding that out in front. So you really want this to be the pause in your stroke as opposed to underneath you. And I think because you're not taking advantage of that stroke, you are getting caught in this position a little bit more. So the first thing I would say is hold your glide out in front until you've finished your kick, and then begin to pull underwater. Okay? Now if we look underwater, see what we see. Okay, first is your pull out. You can see right here that your head is quite high. You're looking at the other side of the pool. Okay, we'll talk about pullouts in a second. Okay. So yeah, you can see that your hips are a little bit low, and as a result, you're swimming a little bit uphill, and I do think that has to do with your head position. As we look at the beginning of your pull, okay, you can see that you actually pull out towards the side, and then you pull kind of down into your feet. Okay, and your arms are a little bit straight. So when you're out in this position, I want you to think about that high elbow position that we've been talking about for all of the strokes. So try to bring your elbows a little bit higher towards the surface. Your body overall might want to be a little bit more shallow and less deep. Okay, and then your elbows will be pointing down with your palms towards your feet. That immediately puts you in a position where you're ready to pull the water down. Just to show you what that looks like. Okay, this is that high elbow position. This isn't the greatest picture, but what you can see is that he's beginning his pull. Okay, his elbows are high and his hands are low, and his palms are facing the other side of the pool. Because your palms are actually out and then down, you really are pulling yourself up, and that's creating that high pitch in the water of your body. Okay, once you get to about here, bring your elbows out in front of you. Keep your hands high in the water rather than down by your legs. You really want them to be up at the surface of the water. And then very quickly throw them out right in front of you, a little bit closer to the surface of the water rather than deep. Okay. Once you get your hands here, the unfortunate part is you have to bring them up and out, and you can get kind of stuck. And I think that's what's happening to you in your breaststroke a little bit. Your kick looks quite nice. Okay. I do think that your legs might be a little bit wide, so I bring your knees in a little bit more narrow. But what you can see is that you're turning your feet out and that your feet are wide of your knee, and then you're snapping them together. Okay? Try to keep your legs a little bit straighter as you snap them together. So I think the biggest thing for you, Shannon, is going to be to work on your timing, take advantage of that glide out in front of you, and then keep your hands closer to the surface and higher up, and that's going to allow you to drive forward a lot more. Good job.